Alright, so Bad Boys for Life brings in $68 million just this weekend alone. Woo! Hey, by the way, this video won't have any spoiler alerts. I'm just strictly talking about the movie, so even if you haven't seen the movie, you still can watch the video.
LeBron, though, I finna slam dunk. Get big on you fake pumps. That pump ain't no fake pump. Bitch fell for the pump fake. Got him talking like first take. Get it right on the first take. Hit the hole in the first.
To be honest, I'm not even shocked by the movie breaking the box office because this weekend I attempted to go see the movie Saturday. It was pretty much sold out the whole day, and I went in the evening time. And I actually brought a ticket for Sunday, and the movie I actually ended up seeing was about 2:30, and the whole theater was packed full. I'm talking about there barely was any seats. There might have been 5 open seats in that whole theater, and they all was in between seats. So I knew it was gonna have a pretty good weekend. Let's get on to the review of the movie. Overall, man, I give the movie a good 4.5 out of 5 stars. The movie was great. See, me personally, I'm really into filmmaking nowadays. So the whole time I'm watching the movie, I'm just looking at how well shot it was. Now, let's get on to a little bit of the cons. I don't know if you would really call it cons, but it's still some cons. Martin and Will are getting kind of old, dog. And I fuck with both of them, bruh. So I really didn't even want to make that statement, but it's kind of true. But the thing I liked about the movie is they kind of incorporated their age into the movie, into the storyline. So they didn't have a whole bunch of action-packed scenes with, you know, I don't know if you remember Bad Boys 1, but it was a scene of Will Smith hauling ass down the road with his shirt off. He was supposed to be Pretty Boy Mike. They still had a theme of him being Pretty Boy Mike, but they didn't go over the top with it. They didn't have him as this old muscle-bound ass motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? They kept the shit going a little bit, but they didn't go over the top because, as you can see, they getting a little older. Martin had no action scenes in the whole movie. Would that be considered a spoiler? Not really. Martin didn't have no action scenes really in the whole movie. I mean, in the other two, I guess he had a couple fight scenes, but nothing too crazy. This one, of course, he shot guns and shit, but he didn't have no crazy action scenes because it wouldn't be believable. That's what I really like about the movie. They made it believable. They made it a continuation of the other movies. Now, the biggest question that everybody wants to know, is there going to be a Bad Boys 4? Me personally, I wouldn't mind seeing a Bad Boys 4, but don't make it too cheesy, man. Sometimes people ruin a franchise by making things too cheesy and continuing it way too long. They can end it right here and it'll be perfectly fine. Honestly, I would like to see one more though. So they can go ahead and bring one more. They can have a spinoff to what the story was in 3. I'm not gonna tell it because I told y'all it wasn't gonna be no spoiler alerts in this video. But yeah, they can go ahead and make a 4th one. It'll be pretty good. Like I said, they're coming of age, so the story has to match that. It has to make sense. But I think they did a really good job in this movie making everything make sense. I also seen in the news that the movie did really well and Dr. Dolittle didn't. I'm only laughing because before Dr. Dolittle even came out, everybody was asking like, why the hell is Dr. Dolittle white? When the original Dr. Dolittle was Eddie Murphy and he was black. Well, the funny thing about that too, when I went into the theater to see Bad Boys for Life, I think I had to make a right down the hallway to get to the theater for Bad Boys for Life, and Dr. Dolittle was the first movie theater, the first movie box when you first walk into it. And that shit looked pretty empty. It was in a big theater. It looked pretty empty. I didn't see anyone going towards that. Everybody was making that right, going towards where Bad Boys was. That's when I knew like, oh, okay, this movie is doing really bad. These niggas would goddamn want to do all this extra shit while I'm goddamn recording. But yeah, like I said in the beginning of the video, man, that movie was actually really good. If you haven't seen it yet, definitely go out and see it. It was funny as hell. There was some good ass jokes in there. Martin really made the movie. I was thinking about it while I was watching the movie. I was like, could they have done this movie without Martin? And I'm gonna say no. Martin made the movie with the jokes, dog. I seen on the Breakfast Club, the whole Breakfast Club interview started to make sense while I was seeing the movie. They were saying that, you know, it was rumored that Will Smith was making $10 million more than Martin. If that's true, I could see why, but at the same time, it opened up the question for me, could they do a Bad Boys without Martin? And no, they can't do it without Martin, dog. Martin was hilarious in that movie. Will Smith was the action star in the movie. He definitely isn't no Dwayne Rock Johnson or no Vin Diesel, so I see why he was kind of conflicted in his acting career trying to keep up with those guys, but he's still doing really good, dog. I'm actually proud of Will Smith because I don't know if y'all know, but the last like 4 movies Will Smith did, they all fucking flopped. I don't know what the fuck that Gemini Man shit was, but that shit was horrible too. So I'm glad he finally has a successful movie, and hopefully his career keeps going up from here, and he takes advantage of the age that he's at now and understands that, hey, you know, maybe you have to do those Sylvester Stallone type movies now, or Bruce Willis, you know, things like that. But yeah, man, that's all I really got, man. Make sure you go check the movie out, like and subscribe. I got more content like this coming, and podcasts, all kind of stuff I do on this channel, man. But that's all I got, man. I'm out. Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Slim from the Sit Downs with Slim podcast. And who the hell doesn't love a good-ass podcast? Well, guess what, dog? I'm on Patreon now, and I'm doing Saturday podcasts. It's only $5, man. So head on to Patreon, donate the $5, and listen to these great podcasts I'm about to come at y'all with. There's going to be a lot of good content on here starting this Saturday. So, you know, help a young up-and-coming podcaster out by donating a little $5 so you can listen to this good content, man. It will be very appreciative. And I'm out.
It's the money.